Hey you guys, how you doing? I'm Yalek, and it's Thursday, and I'm running behind, and I did a War Factory video this morning and hated it. I'll be honest, that was with my max account, and I used, there's no shield, so I went ahead and used the Warriors. Oh yeah, I'm not going to find it there because it's not there anymore. Went ahead and used the Warriors to run up on the HQ, but Bullet ran out of smoke because I was taking a side angle, and it wasn't good. So I parked there and then flared up to this machine gun, and Bullet had stopped when I parked over here. Bullet had stopped somewhere off over here, so he ended up running a line sort of over here, whereas my Warriors were running a line over here, and he came out of smoke, and it wasn't good. He did get there, and he did get off one taunt, but I needed him to have more health for a second taunt with all these machine guns around. So as soon as the first taunt was done, I got wrecked. And it honestly, if you do the hit right, if you account for Bullet being way off to the side like that, then it's a pretty easy day, because it's a pretty easy War Factory. So a bunch of nice free GBE down here. I believe you're going to see me take advantage of that. This is probably the better strategy. It's the one that I used on my two lowest accounts. Going to hack out that rocket, going to hack out those two shock launchers, and BART these two flamethrowers, and then park where the flamethrowers are, basically, and blast the HQ. I'm going to use two shocks, mortars here, and just to be on the safe side, I shock it down here, because if some of the Zooks, you know how they have a tendency to spread sort of in an arc like that. So I was thinking that some of them might get picked off by that machine gun, and had GBE for days, because first of all, there is a GBE tribe plus 50%. I hope you've boosted that. And second of all, because once you remove this rocket launcher, you have a free beach. There's just snipers and boom cannons, all one-hitters until you get up past that crate. So very easy, and I'm just going to let these play. Oh, I will say, it is a mistake. You're going to see it is a mistake to try to double tap over here. It ends up costing me a little bit. So hack out this rocket, flare to this guy, damage this one, but double tapping results in I think this one surviving, because there's not enough things shooting at these guys to take out both in the amount of time you have. So definitely need to hack them individually. If you can re-smoke over here, then you can do it over here. It's not that hard. When you do it individually, there's plenty of damage, because with shock launchers you have to account for the fact that when they're hacked, they're going to be shocking the things around them that are supposed to be killing them. Not the case with a rocket launcher. I mean, if these are rocket launchers over here, then they both go down, but shock launchers are different, because they incapacitate some of the towers that you want to use to kill them. Anyway, you're going to see all of that, and I'm explaining it in advance because I'm just going to let it play, and meanwhile I'm going to complain a lot because of this. This makes me not happy. Now, just for reference, I'm going to look, I want you to look at the health here, 2300, and the health here, 2000, and the base health here, 2000. These are not the max level, so they're slightly... Are they? No, okay, there are different numbers on my main account, but that's because I have a troop health up there. Where armory, and I'm going to show you this. Currently my tanks are at level 11, and currently their health is, okay, that can go away now, 4200. Now that I had ignored tanks for quite a bit on this account because I don't use them very often. So last month during Crab, my tanks were level 7 on this account and also on my lower account. Both happened to be at level 7. On my main account, I pushed. On my second account, this one, I tried to push as far as I could. I was trying to get a gold for the first time on this account with those level 7 tanks. And I got somewhere into the 30s. I want to say it was 34, 35-ish. Here's the double tap. Don't do it. 34, 35-ish. It was one of the big octagon stages, and it had a bunch of rockets. But, you know, no more than you're going to see normally. But it was one with a lot of rockets. And my level 7 tanks had health somewhere in the 2000s. I want to say it was like 23, 2400. Very, very comparable to the proto tanks, or the proto troops we just looked at, which were 2300 and 2000. Very, very similar. So now we're going to use GBE on those guys, and then down here going to drop Zookas to collect as much free GBE as possible to try to finish those things off. Was hoping to get them into a situation where... was hoping to get this down and leave these guys in a situation where I could throw one art and get them both and gain GBE back. Not that it really matters, I'm just, you know, a little obsessive about those things. So we'll let that, leave the screen there. Okay, so with my level 7 tanks, very, very comparable to the health of the proto troops that we just looked at. My level 7 tanks were getting eaten alive at that point. You know, rushed through the teens and 20s pretty easily, got into the 30s, it got hard. I got to that octagon stage, and like 5 hits in, I quit, because there was no point continuing. I wasn't going to be able to get... probably should have just let my girls keep going there and get killed. So, didn't unfortunately get that one down, so I have to use GBE at the beginning of this attack. Didn't want to do that, but again, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. So, getting destroyed by the splash damage on that stage 34 or 35 at that health. Just did not have the health to be able to withstand that sort of onslaught of rockets. And that's what's going to happen with these proto troops. They're going to be really cute and gimmicky. They'll get you through probably the easy stages at the beginning, and then, you know, by the mid-20s, you probably won't be using them very much anymore, and by the 30s, they're going to be useless. We're going to have a whole crab designed around these things. That is stupid. So stupid. Nice peek over there, by the way. It blows my mind, and it's really frustrating, because they've already made this mistake once with the warrior crab. The warrior crab was another gimmicky thing, and it was dumb. I love my warriors as much as anybody. I just told you that I tried doing this with my warriors. You know, I love my warriors as much as anybody in the world does, but they were useless, and that crab was just a dumb idea. And this is going to be the same. Just a very, very dumb idea. These things are... nobody needs help getting through the early stages of the crab. You could literally just drop this and force close the game and get through, you know, level 30 that way. Nobody needs these things to get to stage 30. If you do, then you're a very, very bad player, and I'm sorry for you. So if these are just a gimmicky thing that are only going to be good for the initial stages of the crab, and then after that, for those of us who are really trying to get somewhere, if you want the gold or if you want the diamond, then it'll be like having no bonuses at all. So I guess this is just it's a skill crab again, because it's just your skill. It's not going to be... there's no help, because this is no help. The GBE tribe is a lot of help. That's great. This is garbage. So that's my rant. Just a little rant, if you can rant just a little. I was hoping, honestly, what I was hoping, first of all, I'm also disappointed that we don't get any other deals than this. This is the trader for the weekend. Nothing with diamonds, or I always hope for another powder deal. Nothing like that. Just the proto troops. So everyone in the world is going to go crazy with the proto troops now. I don't really use them very much, so that's probably part of the reason I'm griping. But just the proto troops, I was kind of hoping that they would either come as a package deal, you know, just buy like one slot over here, buy the ability to use any proto troops you want, and then these 2 slots over here to be used for the usual stuff. I was also kind of hoping that another way they could have done things was to make the proto troops available only for the crab and not for a player basis, and then you could use whatever you wanted, but whichever proto troop you wanted, but only on crab. So they didn't do that either. They are all purpose. You can use them on player bases, you could use them on ops if you were so inclined, and you can use them on the crab, but I don't know why you would want to. So very disappointed all around the way this has been given to us, and I think it could have been handled better. Obviously, if you disagree, if you're happy about this, feel free to leave me a comment and explain why, because I'm honestly mystified as to why I should be even remotely excited about this. Also, there was a war factory in there, and I've got nothing left to go on, so I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.